Aboriginals used to roam on a land that they called home until white men came along and stole all their children. Cultures forgotten, new lives gotten, reunited with identities. Stolen generation finds themselves. Aboriginals still without rights. Many people continue their fights. We don't have time to stop until rights are given.
It was a normal day, then the boats came. The British stepped out, they're the ones to blame. The British caused trouble, children they did take, they injured First Nations, some will never wake. Aboriginals fought, they fought for their land. Without them being here, this place would be bland.
Big bundle flying, the creator of land gliding. In the sky he soars.
Do you take pride in what you do? Don't hide from the past, it's still a part of you. How do you feel when you know you steal? It's too much to hide, remember who cried.
Get up, stand up, show up. Their land, their rules.
Respect the land, bring up respect, care for country. Always was, always will be.
The most important thing I have learned in the yarning thing, get up, stand up, show up, is that we didn't own this land, and so we just came along, took it. That's not very nice. So I think we should give it back and go live in the Pacific Ocean.
One thing that I liked was learning about why they actually do a smoking ceremony, listening to what people had to say about the NAIDOC theme and what we could do to help Aboriginal people.
I liked all of the nature surrounding me, and while we were listening to some very inspirational people talk. For example, Mandy Nicholson, Trent McCarthy, Lena and Sarah, I could hear the kookaburras sing, which made the whole speech amazing. I learnt some Woiwurrung language, and that Wurundjeri is pronounced like two words, Wurundjeri, meaning the river white gum and the grub that lives in the tree.
Get up means not just sitting there and doing nothing. Stand up means to stand up for their culture and rights. Show up means to be part of it and make a change for them. We want to repair the relationship that started off the wrong way. We want to acknowledge them. We want to celebrate their long-lasting culture. We refer to them as the First Nations people. Getting up, standing up and showing up shows that we care. To celebrate those who fought for their rights and the people who helped to change Australia.
So, what have you guys learned as part of this year's Darebin School's NAIDOC Yarning Conference?
In this year's Yarning Conference, I've learned about all of the discrimination and injustices that the First Nations people have faced over the years, and how we need to work together to drive change and make things equitable for everyone.
Ava, what do you think it means to get up, stand up, show up?
Get up, stand up, show up means we have to get together as a community and fight for Aboriginals and their rights.
While being in the Yarning Conference with my school, I have learned lots of things that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
We have learned that even if you are not Aboriginal, you can still make a stand. We have to move forward and learn from the past. I love listening to true telling from Aboriginal elders and learning their true backstory.
Being in the Darebin School's NAIDOC Yarning Conference has taught me that truth telling is important for understanding our past and moving forward to country.
Get up! Stand up! Show up! Hey guys, did you hear about Free the Flag? No, we didn't hear about the Free the Flag. Can you explain to us?
Of course I can explain it to you guys. So basically the Aboriginals got their flag taken away from them and they were so upset. But this year, the start of this year, they finally got their flag back. How they got their flag back is they were protesting every day and the crowds got bigger and bigger and now they're so excited and so happy.
Oh my god, that's so much information!
How do you think the Aboriginal people feel now?
They feel happy, excited because they got their flag back.
What does Free the Flag mean to you?
Free the flag means to me that it is not fair that the Aboriginal people do not have the right to use their flag, even though it was their own flag since the British copyrighted it. I feel pretty sad that Captain Cook stole the Aboriginal people's land, causing them to fight back for their land.
I have learnt about the land and the people who were here before us, and I have also learnt about the values of respect and equality, and how important these values are.
I believe yarning is an amazing project or idea for grade 5 because it gives an opportunity for all kids from different cultures an understanding of Australia's true history and introduces and encourages them to tell stories and make change.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people continuously receive racism and discrimination towards their culture. However, we can make a difference and a change by doing simple things that can make a huge impact. If we start doing things like if we see racism, we immediately call it out, trying to change the fact that only a small percentage of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders actually end up finishing school or end up getting a job. We want all Indigenous people to have access to a quality education so they can achieve their best. We can celebrate the amazing Indigenous and Aboriginal culture by playing fun games and participating in interesting activities. We can't redo what has happened in the past, but we can change what the future holds.
Learning about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's history is important. We need to acknowledge what happened in the past so we can do the right thing in the future. The reason why Indigenous history is so important is because the Indigenous people have a rich history that we need to celebrate. Indigenous people were the first people of our nation and they have looked after our country for thousands of years.
I think the most important thing about Get Up, Stand Up, Show Up is that we got to hear all the people's voices who have been downtrodden by society.
For me, the most important thing that I've learned is what is truth-telling and why is it important. I think we should all be truthful and have a conversation about what's happening in the world.
I think this work makes us think about respect for those who have fought hard for their rights. These are the values that we all should follow, but some of us don't follow them.
The most important thing that I learned in yarning is truth-telling. To tell the truth about the colonisation of Europeans is important.
I also think working together is a good value, such as the video with all the schools coming together to support Aboriginal people and making a mini protest.
We got together to write a song because we thought it'd be nice to do one for the NAIDOC theme. So Get Up, Stand Up, Show Up, written primarily by these students with a little bit of help from me. Get up.
Between Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and non-Indigenous Australians needs to be based on justice, equity and proper recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's rights.